Morning, guys. Jim Bounds at Motorhome Rehab Ranch, and happy Sunday morning. You guys watch me every week and things. We talk about videos and things. Today, I want to talk about the personal relationship you have with your motorhome. Now, this is JayGee. Come on with me. Good to see you. This coach, as all of them, they're very old, and they deserve a name. This coach I've got well over 10 years ago, and his name is JayGee. You say, JayGee, what's that about? Well, the gentleman that got it to me was named Jim Greer from Greer, South Carolina. And he did the interior work on it. He didn't do the exterior. I did that. But he retired from woodworking and bought this motorhome, and it was his object of frustration. And when he was done with it, he called me up and made a deal, and I picked it up, and it is ours. It is definitely ours. You can tell that because of the way it looks. It's true. It's a little different, but I I wanted to build back the EM50, the one on stripes, and I did some stills of that motorhome to see what it would look like. And let me tell you, man, that thing was put together terrible. I know some folks are looking for that motorhome, but if you do a still of the front of that thing and blow it, zoom in, you would be surprised at how nasty that thing was built. And unfortunately, it's that way with a lot of stuff in the movies. There's sets, and the set, when it's done, now when it's done, then they just throw it away or whatever. Just like I saw the Twister coach, and they modified the back of it so bad that the butt fell off. They destroyed the integrity of the vehicle. And to be honest with you, with JayGee here, you've watched me do interior stuff and all kinds of things. And when we decided that we wanted to get back out in it, I had to do a bunch of stuff to get it back where I could we could use it. And still, this is about a 1-hour drive that we made, and still I've got a punch list of stuff that for some reason just stopped working. Can't tell you what happened, but it did. Now, these coaches are really unusual, and my guess is if you have one of these, that you're probably an unusual person too. I hope that you're not striving to be normal to buy one of these, because it doesn't work. Anytime you pull into a place, usually people will stare at you, and certainly when I pull in an intersection, I never have to worry about somebody running into me. Can you imagine trying to convince the judge, "Sir, I didn't see that"? Well, I think they'd see me. And to me, that's what these are about. And doctors, lawyers, Indian chiefs, pilots, folks that are thinking, invest their money in these things, invest their time. Time is the big thing. There is no precedent for anything that's 50 years old to do the same thing or better than it was when it was new. I mean, think about it. There's nothing. There's even those Timex that take a lick and keep on ticking. They don't. You don't have a 50-year-old Timex there. These coaches have made that test of time, and they're going to be around. Next generation looks at this and go, well, what can you put into it for $100,000? Now, those guys that have been owning these things for 20 years, looking at $100,000. Are you kidding me? You're going to put that much in a motorhome? But the reality is, today, if you want to go out on the road and do something, have something that you can go out, enjoy yourself, and get home with, you're going to have $100,000 invested in it. So these new owners look at these and they're rediscovering, saying, well, shoot, what do I get for $100,000? The only problem with it is, of course, you have to put the labor in it. You can't just write a check. Well, it's pretty hard to just write a check and buy one of these, because generally speaking, the people that have them that are in really nice shape that you would want to pay a premium dollar for, they're not interested in selling it. Why? Because they enjoy it. Usually you need to build one for yourself, and that's just the way that these things are. If you find one of them that's in usable condition, then spend some time and energy on it, because it can do a lot of things. GM looked at these as a travel machine. Sure, you can go off grid and all that, you have a generator and stuff, but their idea was a family is going to travel cross country and enjoy themselves, be comfortable, have all the things, and when they get there, they're refreshed, they're in a great shape. That's the idea, because GM built vehicles. They didn't build houses. So when they looked at a GMC, they said, well, this thing needs to travel, and it needs to go fast. It needs to it needs to sleep 6. They had some parameters on it, and today it's as viable today as it was 50 years ago. 50 years ago, these were way ahead of their time, and you've heard that. But what was way ahead of its time? Well, one, something that actually drives. GM had some advertising said, doesn't look like a box or drive like a truck. That's right. The low center of gravity and the rear suspension, the front wheel drive, all of that stuff went into a driving machine. And I tell you, over the years, you can update it, you can do more things. Take a look right now. Now this coach, JayGee, has no air in the rear bags. It is all the way to the ground. Now, if you do that with yours, it's going to go a little bit further down. But right now, this suspension, the way it's made, this is the test bed that, or the, yeah, I would call it the test bed or the lab rat. Henry Davis, great friend of mine. Henry Davis was in the team that we were talking about this thing. And he said, shoot, let's make it. Let's make one. So he got a welder together, and he made the test mule for the quad bag. It's kind of a cross between Lee Harrison's original bag system and what would make it better. Now this system, what made this one a little bit better is, you can see those white plates in there. They space the bags that when the bags go all the way down, this is a new bag, it's called a performance bag. It has a bump stop inside. So it's spaced out that when the bags can deflate completely, the coach still can drive. How about that? I always hated the idea that if you didn't have air, you couldn't move. I know buses are that way, but you could be in a situation that didn't happen. And to tell you something else, again, you're spending the Sunday morning relax with me, so I'll just show you a few things. Really like the way a GMC looks without the Continental kit. Got a really nice design on the rear end. And what I did is I put it up on the roof. Got a bracket and put it up there. Now we all know that there's not a whole lot of storage either, so a little storage thing on the back there doesn't hurt. Morning, Steve. Hey, where's the food truck? This is Steve. This is his place. Morning. How you doing?
I'm doing fine, thank you, Jim.
We're doing a Sunday morning video. Little idiot, just a relaxing type thing, kind of like Sunday morning on TV, and talking about the motorhome and why they should have a personal relationship with their motorhome. I mean, this sucker's 50 years old.
Yes, it's nice too.
You know, there's no, your Timex ain't 50 years old. There's no, there's no mechanism that is asked to do the same thing or more that's 50 years old, except maybe airplanes. But the FAA makes them fix all them things. You know, to find a machine like this that's out there takes a lot of labor.
Yes, it does.
You know, it takes, come in here. I've got a whole punch list of stuff. But what you get out of it is more than just a place to sleep when you go somewhere. It's a travel machine. You know, they have style to them. You know,
it's original.
Well, yeah, the shark's teeth on the front kind of gave it away. But I've really enjoyed this, and when I met these things, it was amazing to me. You know, I was ready to get out of electronics, and getting into this thing was a real blessing. You know, to get into something else. Well, you saw me; I was all over the place with Panasonic. You never saw me. You guys had a party, and well, I'll try.
Yeah.
So, Steve has got a fantastic. Look at this. All that is Steve's. Beautiful. This is Lake Panasoffkee. Lake Panasoffkee. What would you say the Oh yeah, spare tire. I was telling them I love the way it looks with no Continental kit on the back. You know, no spare tire. But what would you say the number one asset of Lake Panasoffkee is?
Lake itself.
The lake itself.
Yes.
What's the lake full of?
Bass, shellcracker, fish. I mean,
I always saw gators myself.
Oh, there's lots of gators. Yes.
Lots of gators.
Yes, lots of gators.
Yeah.
I can take you most any time and show you a gator.
Yeah. Well, folks that are watching this, they're actually all over the place. And, you know, the things they're scared of when they come to Florida, hurricanes and gators and big snakes.
Well, to me, a gator is just as scared of you as you are of them. I mean, they're not gonna come towards you usually unless they're poaching you.
Yeah.
And I've known a friend of mine has lost many dogs from the gators because they would they'd poach them dogs. They'd get under the water, just them little eyes sticking up, and they'd wait on that dog to come down to the bank.
They're fast too, aren't they?
They're quick.
Quick. Yeah. Well, Lake Panasoffkee is Steve's lived here most of his life. His dad was involved in the what was his construction out here, and it's unfortunate. I know you guys have heard of the villages. Well, the villages is infiltrating. It's kind of like the Borg around here. You know, it's almost resistance is futile. They got the money and they're buying the property, and and Steve just doesn't want to be a villager. I don't see you as a villager. I just don't see it.
I don't have that depth of vision of the villages like I do here.
That's right. You can't. Look at that. Yeah. In sunset, it's absolutely beautiful. Looks like you're in the Serengeti or something. You know.
all the way that tree, all the way that back tree is mine.
Yeah. This is real Florida, guys. Unfortunately, there's a new law coming in effect in January. I don't know if you heard about this.
I don't know if I have.
Public parking will be permitted. If you live locally, you can get a permit to park like at a local park. But if you're traveling through, you can't stop at a local park and hang out.
You got to get
a parking permit. So it's going to cost everybody. There's somebody else waking up. We're having a one night get together bonfire party extravaganza over here, and this is perfect for this motorhome. You know, you come in, you have fun, you bug out. That's what it's about. So, look, guys, I hope your Sunday's going as well as mine. I hope that you spend some time with your motorhome because it deserves it. Give it a big hug. And if you want to make your motorhome work better, that's what Motorhome Rehab Ranch is for. We've got a database of, I'm arguing with my IT guy. I say I've got about 400 videos. She says there's 714. I don't know. That's a lot, you know. But the whole idea is it's a database. It's a video free database of information about this motorhome to help the rest of the community kind of get up to speed. These new guys buy these things and this thing's front wheel drive. What? You know. So, well, look, guys, this is 15 minutes of totally useless dribble having to do with fixing the motorhome, but actually, in a way, it's good because to fix this thing, you got to love it. You're going to have to get greasy. You're going to have to come up with some new cuss words. And I would tell you, somebody says, you know, how fast do you drive? Oh, 65, 70, 75. You know, I want to get there. Oh, no, no, no. I go 60 miles an hour. Say, why? Because I want them to see the back of it, the side of it, and the front of it as they pass. And they're welcome to take pictures as much as they want. All right, guys. Well, look, thanks for the time. Enjoy your motorhome. Ranch hands, thank you for your time. Thank you for your support. Everybody else, let's have some fun. Talk to you. Bye-bye.